What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Salud Cabrones podcast.
Are we all just going to clap? Is that what's going on?
We're happy because Javi now knows what it means to record.
I am Danny Villegas.
I am Javier Ledesma. And our third host, apparently, is Dave.
We got a new co-host today, guys. Let's just go right to it. Let's welcome the wonderful, the great Miss Shawna Reed with us today.
Danny, get the show back on the road, man. Talk about our sponsors. Talk about everything.
Yeah, before we get started, let's
Sponsors is the red light.
Apparently, the red record light is our new sponsor.
No, but if Sony wants to sponsor us, please feel free.
Hint, wink, wink.
Let's give a shout out to our sponsors, the Law Office of Christopher Hoff. And we got Chi-Town Effects Tattoo, the Lucha Libre Superstore.
You're going to get it right one day.
I will, bro. I will. Man, I need to have you start doing that, man. Tongue twister for me, man. A big shout out to 94.5 The Hits. Javier, we were introduced our guest, Miss Shawna Reed, here with us today. Sorry, guys. We started off laughing. We just, Javier says we were bullying him before we started.
I've never been bullied on the show before, Danny, and I feel horrible. I feel like I shouldn't even be part of this episode.
Okay, bye.
Because y'all a bunch of assholes.
We're laughing because we started doing this podcast 2 years ago, and just about a month ago, Javier realized what the record button was on the camera.
Hey man, I'm not the the technical guy here. I'm the face. Okay, I bring the humor.
You definitely bring the humor.
I don't worry about some on and off switch, Danny. That's your department.
No, Shawna, thank you for joining us. You just got off a plane.
Yes.
Javier picked you up and you came straight here before you head over to POW tonight. So thank you so much for doing that and coming and talking with us for a little bit.
I've been wanting to get on this for a while.
Yeah, we've been trying to get you on.
Yeah, and I was telling her, Danny, that her episode has been requested by several people at the at POW, and so looking forward to that. And obviously, people are going to be excited to see us announce that you're going to be on there, because hopefully that means they're going to actually listen to our show. God damn it, bastards.
Yeah,
I'm on now, dude.
They say they listen.
He's on it now.
They say they listen, but do they really?
I know.
I don't think they do.
They're a bunch of assholes.
Bunch of whores.
Well, it's hobby, so.
So are we even going to talk about anything?
No, I think we should just actually.
Or are you guys just going to be assholes the entire time?
I'm enjoying this.
Finally, someone to help me talk shit to you, bro. Hell yeah.
Damn it.
Yes.
Heal life.
Heal life.
Heal life.
Heal life, dog.
Heal life.
Heal life, dog. Shawna, it's funny. Like we always say, when we bring the guys and the girls on from the wrestling business, it's cool because we get a chance to actually sit and have a conversation. Because at shows, how it is. You get in, quick conversation, hi, bye. And it's real quick, so to actually sit and have a full-on conversation with someone, it's great to know, because we get to find out things we never knew about people, And like with you, I barely know you, but I know you got a lot of skin in the game. You've been in the game a while. You said
too long.
11 years, right? You said?
Yeah, this is literally September will be year 12. Too many concussions.
And where did you start off at? Where did you start training at?
So I started training in Hamilton, Ohio. Actually, but before that, I actually started training with somebody who I thought was a trainer, was not.
They're all trainers.
Yeah, trainers.
They're all trainers.
I love how shady the business can be sometimes.
Well, this person literally went out and I was so naive, so young and naive, and just wanted to get into the business. I didn't care. I didn't do research because I didn't know. And I literally was like, told me he needed my ID. Okay, yeah. Whatever. Need my ID, and then he needed my my credit card, and I'm like, okay. And then here comes me.
$3.99 a minute.
Yeah, here's me being really naive. I need your social.
What?
Yeah. Once again, me being so young, so naive.
How old were you at this time?
20.
Jesus.
But
so there's another Kayla out there in the world.
Yes.
It's a dude. Well, my name's Kayla.
I'm Kayla. No, funny story about that is there isn't actually, when I lived in Fairfield, Ohio, there is another Kayla Rolfus. We just have different middle names.
So he asked for your not just your credit card, but your social security number.
Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever I gotta do to get in, Gave it to him. Anyways, all of a sudden I started getting these phone calls that I owed all this money. He opened up like 5 different credit cards in my name. And obviously, I didn't know who was doing it. Had no idea. So I I watched a bunch of these like cop murder shows. I know how to freaking
Murder people.
Yes, and get away with it. Just kidding. No, but I know how to be a detective. I'm Criminal Minds. Boom. So
And where was this at?
This was in Hamilton,
okay.
Ohio, and so I ended up figuring out the address, and then I ended up figuring out his address, and that because one time he put his address on one of the applications, and so I put it, and then I went straight to the police, and they caught him, and it immediately got like everything was revoked, everything was fine. He stole my identity, but it was literally everything was fixed. And then, anyways, I was a big Dean Ambrose fan, like in love with Dean Ambrose. I would get down on one knee, like marry me. And he's from Cincinnati, so
he just starts cutting himself. Yes, I will bleed for you.
Yes, but this is when WWE didn't let him be Moxley. But then, so I looked up who trained him because he's from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And that was Cody Hawk. And immediately messaged Cody Hawk, hey, do you train girls? Yes, I do. Okay, cool. See you next week. And then started there. It's where I met my best friend and my second trainer, Super Zeta. And he really trained me because his whole thing was he wanted to get me to Mexico. That was his huge thing. Haven't gotten there yet. Sorry, Zeta. Probably not going to happen. But
it's going to happen.
No,
Put it out there in the world.
Too many concussions. I can't roll.
It's not the rolling. It's
or
the
next.
It's the hard concrete lucha rings.
Yes. I can work left, though. I do know how to do that
There
shit.
you go.
Because of him. But he passed away with cancer. So
about that.
Yeah, that was devastating. And then I went and trained with Dustin Rhodes. So
nice.
I've been trained by Dustin Rhodes. And then the rest is what you see today.
Dustin. So how did the connection to Dustin start there? How did that come to be?
I saw him make that video of like announcing his camp because I was in the first camp, announcing it, and I was kind of in a rut with wrestling. It was during the COVID times, and I was literally like mainstream. Like wasn't going up, I wasn't going down. I didn't know what to do. And I was like, I really want to restart over. I want to like go back to the basics. I want to get more aggressive. I want to do anything. And he put that out there. I applied and he called me and was like, when I was coming home from training, and he was like, actually, I'm not taking anybody who's already a wrestler. And I'm like, oh, okay, no big deal. No problem. Thanks. Anyway, call me again. And he's like, we talked a little bit, and then he's like, oh, yeah, but I'm just really looking for, someone, like, people I can train from the ground up and be, like, solely mine. I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm in Florida on vacation, and he calls me again. I'm sitting out on a balcony, and I pretty much cut this promo to him. Like, bro, he's like, I don't want you to think this is, like, an end to AEW. And I'm like, I don't. I'm like, here's what I want to do. This is what I'm looking to do. That's it. And then he's like, you know what? I'm going to take you. And so he took me, and then I ended up being the crash test dummy for everything and showing everything. So, and then, it was pretty much...
You think it was that promo that you cut on him that he was like, all right, fine.
I think he was very iffy at the very beginning because, like, he's like, yeah, someone that already has habits, somebody that he can't literally... So say something happened, and then he couldn't say it was solely him that taught me.
So he just wanted someone that was a blank canvas.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what he wanted at first. Now with his camps, he doesn't really care. But his first class, that's what he wanted. And so then I literally was like, bro, like, I'm not trying to get an into AEW for this. I'm like, I'm just literally wanting to start from the basics. I'm already super old school as all get out. I just want to work on my aggression, things like that. I'm like, I'm not trying to steal a spot from a kid that, that wants to come in and learn the business. So if that's what you're trying to do, like, please do. I do not want to steal anybody, be interfering in somebody else's dream or start to this journey. And then he was like, no, I'm going to take you. Like I said, then I was the crash test dummy.
Is there anybody, like, big name that you were a crash test dummy for?
So in my class, it was all newbies.
Okay.
Like someone who hasn't stepped foot in the ring. There was 2 people that had actually been in the ring before. One was not long, and the other one, he did it like 10 years ago, took time off, and then was back. So I was never really a crash test dummy other than for Dustin, taking all his moves. so during that class, I was not. And then when I started doing AEW with Dustin, then obviously when you're doing your dark matches, when you're doing, what was it, Elevation and the
Dark.
other, and Dark.
Yeah.
Then obviously you're crash test dummy for whoever you got. So, but
What's something big you learned from Dustin?
Let's see. His thing is to keep his repeated thing he tells people keep stepping, and it's pretty much, and I could see with that he's like don't give up kind of thing, because there's multiple times where I'm like, you know what, I've been in this too long, I'm actually too hurt, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not enjoying this anymore. But then it's you get that in that mentality, no, we're going to keep going, because something's going to happen that you're going to be like, okay, I'm back in the game. And then the next match, you're like, why am I doing this again? I think my biggest thing was I got to train with someone I looked up to and loved ever since I was a kid.
Right.
And it was it was little kid Shawna was like, yay, I'm training with someone I used to watch all the time. And that was really cool. I remember our first lockup, I walked in there and he's like, Shawna, come here. And I'm like, huh? And he's like, yeah, come here. And I'm like, he's like, we're going to show him how to lock up. I'm like, you're going to what if I punch him in the nose? What if I do something? What if this is the one time I freaking headbutt something?
It's like, sorry, I usually work here.
It makes all the dirt sheets fucking Dustin Rhodes fucking shows up at AEW with a black eye. All because of a student
that would be my new gimmick, bro. I would take it for to a T. Yeah, I blackened Dustin Rhodes' eyes. Get over it. But yeah, that was really cool. It was getting to work with somebody you used to really look up to. So that's
your right, I know I can't take this guy anywhere. Anywhere. Your trainer you said before, the one who had passed.
Yeah, Super Zeta.
Super Zeta. What's something that you keep with him that'll be part of his legacy?
That's what I call actually myself for a long time. I was his legacy. I would hashtag it, everything. I was always his legacy. I got a tattoo on my calf with his face, and he always called me his witch, and he was my gremlin. And literally for a long time after that, after he passed, all my gear, I actually would send my gear maker pictures of his gear, and they would make it a female version, and then they would put his lucha mask on it somewhere. Okay. So it was always somewhere. I haven't done that lately because it just it gets too expensive to put that on there. Yeah. But I don't know. Everything that I do is for him still to this day. I don't care what it is. It's when I actually get in the ring, I go and I sit up on the turnbuckle. I always do a Z before I flip. And that's always Zeta. I always do this. It's my entrance. So he's literally with me in everything, anything I do in this business, even, not the bad things, not the bad things, but because he was my best friend in the entire world. I loved him, and he knew he was passing. He knew he had all this cancer in his body, and he had only told me and 3 other people, maybe 4, that he was about this is the situation. And so he had his last matches he wanted, and I was one of them. And right before we went out, he was crying, and it almost sounded like he was telling me bye. And I was like, don't do that. You can't tell me bye. And then he's like, oh, you shut up. By the way, we're changing this. And then as his music's playing, and then we're going to go like this. And he's going out the curtain. And I'm like,
curtain opens. He's telling everyone the karate entire match.
Started with a finish.
Genuinely.
They were like, what the fuck?
And I'm sitting back there terrified because Zeta, if you fucked anything up or messed anything up with Zeta, he killed you. Mid-match. He didn't care if it was mid-match. He didn't care if it was you died. You would hear a whistle and you just run, please. And so I'm like, he's changing all this. Why are you changing stuff? No. And he goes out, we do it, and then he forgot something, and I'm like, ha ha. And
how many years in the business do you have at this particular match?
Maybe 5 or 6.
Okay. So you're well enough that you can at the very least take care of yourself during this particular match. Okay.
Yes.
So go ahead, tell us about this.
Yeah, and then he just, it was fun. We had a good time. And then I messaged him after, and he sent me, which a message I still have is a long thing, because he was about to go back to Mexico. and he knew he wasn't coming back. He flat out had told us. He's like, and then and he's like, oh, like, you know, like when I meet you in that big ring in the sky. And I'm like, shut up, Zeta, you're coming back. I don't hear. And then one day I just literally just woke up and I screamed, like, because I found out on Facebook.
Oh, shit.
Because he had gone to Mexico. He'd gone back to Mexico. He was wrestling every weekend. He wrestled Saturday night. He was gone Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, literally, I'd seen the match, like, graphic for Saturday. I saw that he even posted a picture of himself, everything, whatever. I literally went to bed Saturday night. It was the first time I actually won the Battle of the Border Women's Championship. And the next day I woke up, and literally when I woke up, I just got on Facebook and scrolled, and I screamed. And my fiance at that time ran in there thinking something happened. And I just showing him, and then all of a sudden we're getting calls left and right. Like, people are calling us because they've seen it too. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that sucks. But, yeah.
Now, as you know, you got Cody Hawk, you got Zeta, and you got Dustin Rhodes. After your first introduction to the business, when that other promoter, you know, took advantage of you basically, and you know, stole your identity,
100%.
And when you're getting back into it again, what are your three trainers then telling you, being a woman in the business that just got taken advantage of? What are they telling you as far as like what to do, how to protect yourself in the business?
I never told them.
Okay.
I never told him. I just kind of went in, and I was the only girl, and Cody, and obviously, well, Zeta was like an assistant trainer. He would come in when he was in the States. And I was the only girl for a long time, so I was trained like a guy. Like, and then, you know, guys would come up and like chop you and be like, oh no, and then I'd be like, no, like they would make them hit me. And I was like, thank God, because I'm so happy I was trained like that, and like trained how to call on the fly, how to like really old school, and like I said, actually really hit, and like I could hang with like the men.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like once that all was cleared, I totally took that part of my life out of it, and sometimes I even forget it happened.
Okay.
So yeah, like it's just like, all right. It was like, haha, screw you, now look where I'm at, like kind of thing. Like,
right.
So, yeah.
So fuck that guy.
Yeah,
he can go ride a seatless bike, yeah.
Yeah.
What the I was about to say something, and I just took me completely.
He's picturing it.
I'm laughing. So
like,
now,
I got a seatless bike.
You guys are both dicks. So now you are heading out into the world, basically, and you're starting to see the world of the indie pro wrestling. Where does your journey start? Where does it go? Because I know now, you know, you've touched a lot of really big companies, but how do we get from that point when, you know, young Shawna getting chopped by Zeta, and now to where you're at now?
So actually, my first, like, I just started doing, like, basic, like, you know, indies, like, here and there for little to no money, just to get my face out there. And then it was actually, I got to give super big credit to Jim Blaze of POW, because when
Jimbo.
Shout out Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Jimmy. And the Lord's on the underworld.
But no, I worked for POW. It was actually my first booking ever with POW. And I think her name was like Siren or something. I wrestled.
Sierra?
No,
No.
it was like Siren. No, it started with an S. She's not in the business anymore.
Okay.
But like it was me and her, and literally a few days later, Jimmy messaged me and said, "Hey, do you want to work for WWE?" And I looked at like the message, and I'm like, "Is this real?" And then he messaged WWE about me, and then it's been pretty much continuous extra spots since then. Mm-hmm. So Jim, you know, messaged Dave Hero. He messaged. It was John Cohn at that time, and I was pretty much working every few weeks for WWE, and then that's how that kind of started. And then for AEW, I've had 6 or 7 matches with AEW. And that was, so at the end, Dustin made me his valedictorian of his camp. He actually offered me a job to be his co-trainer. But I had stuff I had to do back in Ohio, so I didn't stay. But he got me on AEW. And
I like how he told you this is not an into AEW.
Yeah.
Then he's like, hey, you're going into AEW.
Yeah.
Well, he was probably testing you, I'm guessing. Right?
Genuinely, like, that's why he's like, hey, I got you a spot on AEW. Like everybody would kind of stay after class and kind of like chill, like kind of talk. And then I remember that day, we got home that night, and then on our little Discord chat, he texts me on Discord and says, "Are you in a room by yourself?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "Can you go in a room by yourself?" And I'm like, "Yes." So I went in my room, and he called me. He said, "Hey, I have you booked for AEW after camp's done. So don't tell anybody." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." I'm like, "Oh, awesome, thank you." And then, we keep doing camp. Camp's still going great. And every night he would like push everybody out, but then he'd like push me to the side and like hide me so he could talk to me about it. Like after, like, "All right, you're gonna do this." I'm like, "Okay, yes." Mm-hmm.
And what are your experiences like going into AEW and WWE?
So they're actually like they're different, but they're the same in so many ways. Obviously, the production is huge both places. It's like way like obviously WWE is like freaking meh, and then AEW is meh. And then
That's our clip.
yes, and then TNA is meh. But like their productions are freaking phenomenal and amazing, and but like the roster is obviously very, 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 very different. Mm-hmm. You've got your amazing ones. You've got your shitbags. You've got your ones that are in the middle, And so there was that. It was just pretty much, I didn't have the most, I'm going to be honest, this might even shoot me in the foot. I didn't have the best opening with AEW. Mm-hmm. But then and then that's why I was just kind of like, okay, we'll just keep going and, keep doing what I do. WWE, I have a lot of friends there, and that made me more comfortable there. So, and then that one I got with TNA, it went really, really, really well. I got put over by the guy who used to run it, who got fired. I'm blanking on his name.
Scott D'Amore.
Yeah, Scott D'Amore. I got put over by him like crazy because I freaking just died for Masha Slamovich. That's what I went out there and died. Mm-hmm. Literally didn't even get a punch in. But it was cool. I actually got I got a Titanatron and an entry thing, so that was cool. And I got to actually make an entrance, and it was like in my hometown, and they were no one knew, so they went crazy, and it was chanting, and everybody actually booed the crap out of Masha when I lost, because I was literally I even have the video. It's actually insane.
What is the feeling? I've actually had conversations with people who've done dark matches that they've gotten that Titantron feel. They weren't just generic song.
Right. Yeah.
You walk
black
down,
screen, just walk up.
Screen. And people were like, it was almost like a tease, because obviously that's everyone's fantasy. That's their goal, to be there. And then they see that Titantron, and they always told me it felt like a tease. It's like it felt like a slice of what you want, but you can't reach it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So how was that feeling when you literally saw yourself? You're like, oh, that's really cool. I just got a Titantron.
So I never got a actually my videos weren't played. It just said my name in big, but it was still like, ha, yeah, that's me.
She stops as she looks over. She's like, production.
Takes a selfie real quick.
Hold on.
Austin Theory, right? The selfies.
Yeah. Sonny Ono and everything.
I start what's that guy's name? Freaking the beauty queen guy. The freaking you love my locks when you look up. Yeah. I am so gorgeous.
Breeze.
Yes, Tyler Breeze. I did that. Just kidding. So that was really, really cool. But I actually pretended. So I did the No Way Jose conga line quite a few times. Mm. So whenever you go out to the conga line, obviously it's main show. Everybody's out there. The music's going. And you're going down the big-ass WWE ramp. So, yeah, I totally did not pretend that it was just me going out to a WWE ring and going for my match.
Move, Jose.
Move over, Jose.
So you did the conga line. I'm curious because what is it? Eric Freedom told us a story one time about when he did extra, and he ended up he had what is it? His shoe was untied. Remember?
Yeah, his shoe was. Yeah, he tripped over it.
He
Yeah,
tripped over it.
Yeah.
Does Shawna Reed have any crazy stories about this conga line?
No, but I have I kind of prior to when we were rehearsing or whatever, I was wearing heels. And I forget his shoot name, but Jose was very much take your heels off. This was during we were just practicing, and I'm like, like all the girls pretty much had heels, but he was like focused on me, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, take your heels off. You're gonna make a indent in the padding.
rubber, yeah.
And I'm like, but I'm like literally on my toes, so like this heel is not touching. But like I'm an extra. I can't just throw my freaking stuff anywhere in ringside. You can't. And so, I mean, there was that, but then I got to do the backstage vignette in the No Way Jose Conga line when Chad Gable came and was like trying to become part of the No Hose.
Oh, okay.
So that was kind of funny where it was like, all right, hi. And we all just had to look at him and he was acting like a freaking fool. So that's pretty much that. I thankfully have not. I have one of when I was a paramedic for Rey Mysterio.
Oh, nice.
So,
I think I remember seeing that.
Yes. I was paramedic for Rey Mysterio when Randy Orton stole his mask.
Oh, okay.
And literally they had said in the back, hey, Randy is going to attack Rey again after this. And he turned to me, and they turned to me and said, you cannot get hit. And they turned to the other paramedic guy, the other extra, was like, we don't give a shit if you get hit.
You're going to die.
But they're like, you cannot get hit. And if you get hit, you're going to be in trouble. And I'm like, and they're like, oh, and by the way, here's a towel. We need you to cover Rey Mysterio's face. And I'm like,
why are you giving me the job with the most responsibility
I'm
for?
like, Rey Mysterio's one of my childhood heroes. I'm like, it's my thing. It's a luchador. I'm supposed to keep his face. I gotta look up and hi, Randy, how you doing?
Heart in her eyes.
On my knees in front of Randy. Sorry.
She's supposed to cut Rey Mysterio's face. She's fucking rubbing down Randy Orton with a towel and shit. With a towel. Wiping off his sweat.
Let me get that for you, Randy.
Rey Mysterio stands up without his mask. What the fuck?
What the fuck, bitch? I'm like, shut up, Ray.
God. You're not part of this, Ray. You're not even here right now. Just me and Randy.
Wait, was this a backstage segment or was that live? Really?
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm like, and they're also like, if you see any blood, we have gloves, in there. You have to put gloves on if you see any blood. So, anyways, we run out there, and Ray's down, and immediately Ray is busted from the elbow and has blood going all down his arm. So I'm trying to put gloves on, keep a towel over Ray's face. And I keep looking in the back, like, waiting for Randy to come freaking go crazy.
So where's the sexy man?
Yeah, I'm like, where are you at, babe? I got the towel. But no, literally, I'm trying also not to suffocate Ray by being like.
That's funny.
Genuinely, I'm like, are you still here? And I'm trying, and I'm sweating, so the gloves aren't going on, and I'm like, kind of. And then finally, like, all of a sudden the lights go out, and I'm like, huh? What? And apparently they went too long on their time. But once again, like I said, I was freaking trying to do all this stuff, and all of a sudden I felt Randy like right behind me, and I'm like, it's about to happen.
Of course you did.
That's a dream. Shut up. But no, like literally, I'm like, okay, he's about to freaking, like, it's about to freaking happen. I gotta freaking get ready to move, and this did happen. I did, like, literally, because I'm like, okay, I feel like he's about, the crowd's starting to get into, like, they see probably something, like, he's probably doing something. I turned. Randy, the last time I turned around was all the way not halfway up the ramp, but a little bit up the ramp. Randy is now literally right here. And I'm like,
what is it, Danny? Dreamweaver.
I believe you can get me through the night.
I believe in miracles.
He's in slow motion.
I know.
Listening.
Somehow he's got like long fucking flowing locks and everything.
I looked at him like, hi. And then, yeah, the lights go out, and I'm like, damn it. See, the lights went out. It was setting the mood.
Set the tone. So when you get to the back, how were those conversations when you got to the back?
Well, like, so first I had to get Ray up, and I put my arm over Ray, and then he freaking dead. I'm like, dude, I'm a chick. Like, he freaking like dead weighted me.
Pick me up.
And like, cause another actual shoot ref like was on the other side, and I freaking put his arm around me, And then I was like getting up. He didn't help at all. He's freaking heavy as hell. So I grab onto the ring and I'm trying to push myself up. And then we go to the back. And then as soon as we get in the back, Ray's just like, thanks, guys. And takes the towel and freaking walks away because he's freaking open. And I didn't see Randy. He's probably like, get that chick away from me.
Get that weird psycho chick away from me. I saw her eyeballing me.
Hey,
Eyeballing my jewels.
That's why she's in my dressing room.
Hey, I was a medical professional. I was a paramedic. I saw something that looked like it needed tending to. I was doing my job.
Right. She was in there going 6'7", 6'7", 6'7".
Checking the undercarriage.
Yeah, that's the 6 that I was thinking about.
So would you say that was probably your greatest experience in
pretty
WWE?
good.
Yeah.
It's like I think about it every day.
It was pretty memorable.
So that all these matches that you're having, all these ends that you're getting with WWE and AEW, what would you say are probably your greatest moments?
That actually, I'm probably never gonna be booked for them ever. They're gonna see it.
They just heard this. They're like,
she's gone.
She ain't
Actually,
back.
yeah. Greatest moments. You mean like with AEW, WWE, things like
Just
that?
in general.
In general. I mean, so I did get to wrestle Jade in my hometown on AEW, and like my parents have never. I mean, my parents had come to like just my indie wrestling shows. My mom has never stepped foot in an actual like WWE nothing. She's so not into that. It isn't even funny. So like she and my dad and my brother, Mox, got them all tickets, and they were second row to watch me in like my hometown on Dark against Jade, who was the champion at the time. And obviously I got killed, so it was fine. But my mom texts me and she goes, I fist bumped a guy. I'm like, what guy, Mom? And she goes, I don't know. But she was so excited. She was fangirling. I just fist bumped this guy. And she showed me the picture. I'm like, Mom, that's CM Punk. And she's like, it was awesome. And I'm like, you don't...
he smelled of Pepsi.
I was like, yes, Mom, you fist pumped CM Punk. Good job, Mom. Yay. So that, and like the crowd went nuts. Like even like Taz puts it over on commentary that like that the crowd went crazy. So that was fun. I mean, and then obviously meeting my fiance, that is probably one, like wrestling and going to Dustin's, that 100%, he's
you met him there through
yeah.
Dustin school?
He was, I think, Dustin's third camp,
Okay.
and I was going back for the showcase.
Okay.
And that's where I met him, and we became like really good friends. Like we were good friends for a few years, and then obviously we started dating because I was working over in the UK more, and the rest is history now. Rings.
Put a ring on
Put
it.
a ring on it. Put a ring on it, huh? He's like,
Put that on lockdown.
Put that on
let me
lockdown.
lock her down before Randy does.
I know. It's like, I heard about Randy.
Hall pass.
It's like, I wrote that in. That's a hall pass. And he knows.
See, he knows, but he's also said no. If you ever do that, I'm like,
He's like, come on.
but
I mean, it's a good way to go out. It's a good way
I'd
to
be
go
like, if I have to die.
It's a good way to go out.
It's like, all right, well, look, I did Randy.
How many people can go say, hey, my wife did that?
Yeah, exactly. Right? Be proud of that.
And he's like, you know what? I actually feel I did Randy too.
By the distributive property of algebra.
Have you ever seen that Family Guy episode where freaking Lois did Kiss, and then Peter goes, I feel I did Kiss too. So, that's the situation.
Put that on the resume. Put that on the resume.
Now be on the top of the resume. Why should we book you?
Did Randy once.
But when you get into the business, it's funny because I've asked people in the business all the time. When you get into the business and you're getting in, and there's many different personalities in the locker room, how are you adjusting to that? Is it easy for you, or
No. Getting into the business, I weighed about probably 80 pounds more, so I was a bigger girl. In school and like in college and everything, I was severely bullied. Like I was bullied bad. I was called like the ugliest girl in school. Like they even told me like not to even like I should just keep looking down because people I didn't deserve to look people in the eye. Like people were mean. And
Myra said that you can go fuck yourself.
ride a seatless bike?
that hobby has.
That I will lend you.
Wrapped in saran paper. I mean sandpaper. I'm sorry, sandpaper. I meant to say sandpaper.
Saran wrap.
Saran wrap, sandpaper.
We're going to send it to you very nicely. In saran wrap.
Perfectly wrapped.
Wrapped in sandpaper.
With a bow. And a bell. Ding, ding. But no, so obviously all that was a situation. And I was very, very introvert. Like, very introvert. So I would always, and everybody's like, oh, you have to go shake everybody's hand. I'm like, I got to do what? No, I got to go, actually talk to people.
Yeah.
Like, and then, I mean, I still have that, like if I'll go up and I'll shake everybody's hand in the locker room, but like, I'm not, that's why I find it hard in the business for me, because I'm not like this overly like talkative or extrovert, like kind of person, unless like if I know the whole locker room and I'm like tight with the whole locker room, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, boom, I'll scream across the room.
Yeah.
But if I like don't, a lot of like people in the wrestling business, they look at that and they think that you're like you're a bitch, you're stuck up, you have an ego. And I'm just never been that kind of woman to be like, a lot of like I don't want to say flirt, or because there are, here we go. There are some women that flirt to get spots. There are some women that, and it's, I'm not that, I don't want to be that stereotype. If I ever got somewhere in this business, it was because I earned it and because I was good. Like, it was never because of who I was dating, who I was married to, anything like that. It was because I was good and that person thought I would be a good fit there. Mm-hmm. And even if I don't get there and they're like, oh, hey, because William Regal has literally actually said, we love everything you do. We love everything about it. We just gave it to somebody else. Mm-hmm. So that sucked. But, okay, now I got to evolve more and do different things and get attention, other ways. But, I'm 32. I just turned 32 years old, and I'm very also aware that my window to get into the bigger companies is like this now, if there's even one, because they want younger women, and that is fine. So and because I'm like, I couldn't do that schedule. I know for a fact I couldn't do that schedule. So I'm like, if my thing is, I love to train people. I've trained kids. I've trained other people. So I'm like, if that's the future, then that's the future.
I mean, look at some of the vets that have been that are around right now. They probably never got their shot at the WWE, but now we have, for example, Adam Pearce. He never made it to the WWE per se before this. As a wrestler, yeah. And now he's there. Magnus, the SmackDown guy. Mm-hmm. He wasn't there as a wrestler, but they're there as an on-air talent. But there's other people that are going in there just to train. Yeah. So the world of the pro wrestler, so to speak. A lot of times people have this idea where if they don't make it, it's a failure. But I don't think so. I've always seen it that there's so many avenues that pro wrestling is going to take you to. And as long as it provides for you and your family, then you have a successful career. Mm-hmm. I hate people that assume that you need the accolades for it to be a successful career. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, so you win a title, but if nobody cares who the fuck you are in the future. Yeah. I mean, we have like the guys like Ryback, for example. We have other people that had such a bad experience and they're nowhere now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd rather have my career take me to the point where now I am giving back, but I'm still being taken care of in the process, Mm-hmm. So there's always going to be a space, and I feel like you have the right mindset, especially the fact that Dustin gave you that seal of approval and wanted you to be a trainer. That in itself right there is a huge feather in your cap. Yeah. No, definitely. I definitely if I never, which probably won't happen, but if I ever never signed that contract, wrestling has absolutely broken me, but it's also absolutely enlightened my life, because I've met people that I never would have met ever and became friends with. Stay at their house, do podcasts in their basement,
bully people,
bully them.
Yep,
whatever.
I've met my fiance through it, and I travel states, the world. I wrestle in Edinburgh, Scotland, pretty regularly. I wrestle in England. I'm debuting in Finland and Germany next year. Wow! So it's yeah, it's taken me to some amazing places. So, yeah.
Are you seeing any differences when you're going to these other countries to wrestle?
Yes. Some of them obviously have different names for some of the moves. So then it's oh, okay, that's what you mean. Thankfully, I've only ever been to a place that speaks English. So there's that. But I've only ever been a babyface over there like twice. I've very much been a heel because I just go over there and I'm just the freaking like American bitch, you know, like I'll go over there and just be the biggest bitch ever. And like, but then, yeah, a lot of them like, and then some of them get too into it and because they're not used to it. They're not used to crowd interaction a lot. Like I've noticed some of the places they're like, oh yeah, you know, like we watch a match and then you go on. And I don't work that way.
Yeah.
If I'm heel, you will frickin' cry.
You will hear me.
Yeah. I'm going to make sure you hate yourself. Just kidding. No, I'm not going to do that. Well, yeah. But then I'll come meet me at the show. I'll give you a hug.
I've heard that the crowds are different in these other countries. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, obviously, there are some places that are very, like, they just enjoy watching it. And then if you do something, then they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah. And then and then you go back behind the curtain and you're like, that was terrible. Like, crowds. And then the promoter can be like, that was great. And you'll be like, but the crowd was it.
Yeah.
They're like, no, they loved it. And I'm like, what? They did? And then there are some that, like I said, will like talk back and forth with you. So, but yeah, they all like, it's really cool because some of them, one place that I do work at a lot, W3L, they offer a special package for a meet and greet, and they get to come backstage and like it's part of their ticket where they get to meet two people and like sign and get like things signed. And every time I'm over there, they make me part of the meet and greet package. They don't tell their fans prior who's going to be part of the meet and greet. Mm-hmm. So people are just going back, and you know it's up in the air who it's going to be. And when I tell you, like these lines are like over an hour long.
Wow.
Like good. So it's actually really cool, like because some of them are really like into it. I mean, you get that here, but you don't really get it as much. I don't think.
Yeah.
So
places that are starved for wrestling tend to have the most passionate ones because they know
they don't get as much. Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
So who would you say? How much longer do you see yourself doing in-ring work?
I've even said this upcoming year was my last. But I mean, I've taken 4 bookings in Germany, and 2 of them are next year, and 2 of them are in the year 2027. Okay.
So I'll at the very least work twice.
4 times.
Yeah.
I'm like, so at least till maybe 2027.
Now, is there something you're trying to accomplish before you finish in the in-ring work?
Honestly, no. It's more just like, have fun, go out there, try not to get hurt.
Okay. So there's no one, man or woman, that you would like to wrestle before you hang them up?
Is there a list?
I mean, there is from, like, obviously, I wouldn't say on the indies. Honestly, I would not say on the indies. Obviously, Rhea and AJ Lee are, like, my 2, like, yes, like, please, like, let me wrestle. But on the indies, I'd like to wrestle the girl that I've wrestled in Scotland at least one more time. Her name is Moxie Malone, and she's fantastic. She's literally me. Mm-hmm. Loved her. And then like I don't think there's really much on the indies that I really that I can think of genuinely. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. I'd like to see you against some of the Lucha Libre girls. They're called, what are they called in Mexico? That's Amazonas.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I think that would be kind of fun. Kind of a little bit change of pace.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'd probably die trying to keep up, but it's fine.
It's a good challenge.
I'll put my inhaler on the ref like I always do, so it's fine.
Oh, really? You give me an inhaler, really?
Yes. If you ever see me bail out and have to roll under the ring, that's what's going on.
Oh wow, okay.
Dude, the very first time that she told me about that, and I forgot what ref it was. I think it was a ref that was gonna be doing her match for the first time. He had the most shocked and scared look in his face, and he comes to me because he had seen me drop her. I was like, "Hey, man, she just gave me her inhaler," and he was freaking out. And I was like, "Should I fuck with him right now?" And I was like, "But yeah, dude, you should really look out for her because she goes into a panic attack."
Bro, her life is in your hands, bro.
But I did say that. I did talk with him with that, but like there was a sheer fright, and then I remember just going like, "What the fuck? This is crazy."
Thankfully, I've only ever had to do it twice where but I'm like, I'd rather have a safety net there and know that it's like, if something happened, it's there.
Now, has it been since you started wrestling? You've always had it? Mm-hmm. Really? Okay.
Yeah. There's only been one time where I actually went into an asthma attack, and the ref, like, I got through the match, so it was fine. And then, but I'm laying there in the middle of the ring, like literally laying there. I got pinned, cool, whatever, we're in the back. The girl goes to the back. And I'm still selling, but I'm also having an asthma attack. And I'm literally trying to get my breath, and the ref looks down at me. And he's like, "You good?" I'm like, "I'm having an asthma attack." Like thinking like, "Okay, shit, help get me in the back." He goes, "Oh," and then he walks off. I'm like,
Get it together.
I'm sitting there like, okay.
Have you ever used it as a spot
Yes.
in a match?
Yes.
That's good.
I was
Yes.
thinking about the movie It. Remember when?
Oh,
the little
yeah.
kid, this is battery acids. That would be such a badass spot.
Hey, now it ain't easy being wheezy, so shut up. But genuinely, like I've used it like as in like to like I'll be like, "Ref, I'm a heel. Ref, give me that," and then like I'll do it. And I'll go. And like they're like freaking, and I'll take a puff, and like people are like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Shut up, you can't do it." And then like, and I'll be like, "Oh, keep her back," and then do it again, and then she finally comes at me. I go, freaking give it back to the ref, and freaking.
Nice. That's hilarious.
There was one time I did save a guy's life with it though. It was actually in training. We were doing man in the middle drills, and this guy, I was watching him. He had to go through like 20 people. I was watching him, and he was struggling, and literally I saw it. I ran in my bag, and I was like 2 people away, and I put it in my pocket. Well, like I put not my pocket. I was holding it, and then it was my turn, and I saw him. He was like literally about to like, I locked up, and then the thing was like a headlock. I would headlock over him, so I headlock take over him. I took it out, and I went, "Open your mouth."
Oh shit!
Open your mouth.
Here it comes, big boy.
So would you say? You saying that, like, what would be like your scariest moments in the ring?
Anything with my neck. I've broken my neck before.
Jesus.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes.
Damn.
And I continued wrestling on it. Fun times. There was one time where it was actually a TV taping, and I did get knocked out in the ring. They had a life squad me. I was wrestling this guy, and we were going, and he messed something. He missed something. He messed it up. And he even like was whispering to me like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." He was panicking. And so here's me trying to think of another way to get us back on track. Mm-hmm. And so I thought of a way. I'm like, cool, got it. Grabbed his leg to like kind of hold him. I was on my knees. Grabbed his leg, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop him. When he comes down to grab me, I'll freaking roll him into a pin and then say the spot. Did not think that he would freaking like decide he was going to do some kind of kick, and went boom to like and I out cold. That's how I found out I broke my neck because when I was life squad to the hospital, they actually did a CT, and they're like, "You realize you have a healed fracture in your neck?"
Oh, so the neck was broken prior to that.
Yeah.
I do remember a time when my neck was bothering, and I mean like hurting. I even went up to like my ex-husband. We were obviously married at that time, and he's also my trainer. And I was like, "Hey, my neck's like fucked." And he goes, "No." He's like, "No." He's like, "It's freaking wrestling. Something hurts all the time." And so I was like, "Okay, yeah, you're right. And I kept wrestling on it, but yeah, they told me I had a healed fracture in my neck. So take that, Kurt Angle.
I was just gonna say Shawna Angle. She's been wrestling with a broken freaking
neck. Yeah.
See, now you got to make a shirt like that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Shawna Angle.
Shawna Angle.
Yep.
Broken freaking
Wrestle with a broken freaking neck.
So now that you've had these amazing matches, how do you rank, like as far as like your top 3 matches? Who do you really love wrestling the most here?
I love wrestling. My top 3, I would have to say, there was one guy in the UK. His name's Cerebral Steve. He's actually really new, and he's a shoot fighter too. And he was really, really new, but he listened to everything I said, and he was probably my most fun match I've ever had. And so that was definitely up there. Another one is with Logan Blackheart, and it was actually for the Super Zeta Memorial Championship, and it was to crown the first first one, and so we it was me and him, and it was just emotional and great fun. It was fantastic. It was so much fun. So that match would definitely be up there. And then number 3, let's see. It was actually probably recently the second match me and Moxie Malone had over in the UK. It was for their it was called WrestleBration. No, actually, it's not called WrestleBration. It's their WrestleMania. But we did it there, and it was really cool because it was on like an ice hockey rink, and so they had our entrance videos playing like on the freaking thing up the top.
wow.
So
Nice.
that was really cool. But for a long time, I had like started like getting the doubts, like I don't want to freaking like wrestle anymore. But she sparked that again, and I was like it was literally a spark. So, and it was one of the most fun. We were just idiots, and it was the most fun thing ever. So I'd say those 3 are my top.
You've been earlier you mentioned that you were trained to almost like wrestle like a dude. Do you have a Mount Rushmore of women that you like? Considering that you said dude, I'm pretty sure that your Mount Rushmore, your regular one, would include a lot of dudes. But,
Yeah, it generally does.
so let's focus on the women here. Who are your who's on that Mount Rushmore?
Well, the woman that actually made me got me into wrestling again, genuinely, and actually made me take the step to pursue it was AJ Lee. So she's up there. She's my like number 1. And like currently Rhea, because it's freaking Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then let's see, Victoria. I loved her. Let's see, who else was in there from when I was a kid that actually. I was really into like Candice Michelle and Mickie James for a long time. But then, I think that's pretty much.
I think the Mickie James one is solid as hell. But I love Mickie James's work. She's so underrated.
Yeah.
Like, I know she's a Hall of Famer, but nobody ever really like gives her
Give her
flowers
the
like that.
flowers the way they
That
should.
girl's
Yeah.
so freaking good. Rhea, obviously amazing. And Victoria, it was always one of my favorites. She had one
mine
of my
too.
favorite characters.
Mine too.
The loony, crazy
Yeah,
character.
yep.
She was always awesome. Speaking of characters, we've a few times when we were on the road, we talked about horror movies, and you tend to be really into horror movies, and like they've influenced some of your character interpretations that you've had over the years. So talk to us about the Daughter of a Thousand Maniacs.
I totally one-upped Freddy Krueger. His nickname is the son of 100 maniacs. I'm like, it's fine.
Let's do 1,000.
Yeah, let's do freaking 1,000. I did go by the Pretty Little Psycho for a long time, and I loved it. I loved everything about it. But then found out a girl on the East Coast in California, or maybe it's the West Coast. I don't freaking know. Anyway, in California, has been in the business 2 years before me. I never even knew about her. She goes by that too. And for a long time, she thought I was stealing from her, like stealing the gimmick, copying everything I was doing. And she didn't even tell me. Other people told me, and other people sent me screenshots of stuff she was posting about me on her Facebook. And I'm like, I literally knew nothing. So I changed my name to be like, you know what?
Isn't it fucked up that someone stole your identity and then you went ahead and stole
I know.
someone's?
I am the worst. I am the worst.
The domino
Hey,
effect
Javi,
over
what
here.
does that red thing mean?
Your dick.
Man, y'all bogus, man.
Bogus.
Bogus over here.
Bogus.
Pretty
We're
little,
about to have a match here.
I'm calling Pretty Little Psycho and telling her on you.
Oh, what's her real name?
She's probably the other Kayla that's out there.
Just a different middle name.
It's a different middle name.
Bitch, no Kaylas can freaking afford to live in California. Kayla! No, we poor folk. We from Ohio.
So as those characters evolved, what is it that you're putting into these characters that you really loved?
I loved, like, obviously, like, from my Mount Rushmore, you can tell, like, I'm into, like, the psycho, weird, different girls. Not that I'm going to go out there and, like, be the pretty, but, like, you know, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make you uncomfortable. Like, you know,
you want to stand out, and that's how you do it. Sometimes everything is too cookie cutter, and the girl that stands out always even if she's not good, she'll be the one that's remembered. You know what I mean?
The character is always remembered. Like, so many people will leave a match, not remember one move that was in that match, but they'll be like, wasn't that chick weird? Like, so then they'll be like, okay, they remember the person and the character. They're not going to remember that you went over with a schoolboy or a Canadian destroyer. Like, it's just not. They're just going to be like, I like that girl's gear, or like, you know, like, I like that girl's, like, she was freaking crazy, like, or that girl was a bitch, like, you know. That's what they're gonna. Fans go home with like moments and memories. They don't. I mean, only the real, and there are only very few hardcore diehards that's like, man, did you do that like sunset flip power bomb thing? Like, you know, things like that. Like, it's moments.
Before I met you, I remember watching a clip of you in Ohio Valley, and that caught my attention. You came out with this mask, and there was just like this creepy factor to it. And I remember going like, who the fuck is this chick? This is fucking badass. You had the contacts that were all black. It was a completely different presentation than a lot of the girls were doing at that time. You looked possessed almost. So I remember seeing that, and that just spoke to me. I was like, this is really cool, blah, blah, blah. Then when I got a chance to talk to you and you kind of told me about that character, it made sense that you had this love for horror movies. So I was like, okay, she's translating that into it. Yeah. If you weren't the character you're doing today, how can you debut that character, say, at POW Entertainment?
I really want to debut, like, I wouldn't do like the demon, but I'm actually getting, because I've kind of I've started to step away because I didn't really know like what area to go to, because I was doing like a schizophrenic kind of thing. But like, if you're not at a place for long, like, fans are like, what?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Like, it does not make sense. So I'm like, crap, I just gotta freaking step away from it. But I'm actually, so hopefully getting new gear made before I go to Finland in April. And it's gonna kind of reflect going back more towards that. And if I ever, you know, turn heel at POW and I get to do like something like that, I am planning to go full dark. Like, like, kind of be like,
do it.
The like, I kind of, my thing is like, I like to be like, I might not go like obviously the full demon, but my main character is, which is everything, is like, she's like a girlfriend. Like, she starts off normal, but then like as she gets through, she becomes crazier.
We call those toxicas, yeah.
Or like the seductive, like tempter, like the seductive, like crazy chick. Like, you know, like, oh, like I'll freaking
see. That's the Seda influence right there. That gave you that Latino thing, because that actually is all Latinas.
They're called toxicas. There you go.
Toxicas first. Right there.
So Zeda's like, I know what we're gonna do with you.
Speaking of Latina and being able to understand a little Spanish. There was a moment in POW that we crack up all about this every so often, and we've mentioned it on the podcast actually before, where me and Danny were backstage at Wrestle Rage, and we're kind of shooting shit, and Danny and me sometimes will end up talking in Spanish, and we're not talking shit to people.
Yes, you are.
But we're sending messages back and forth with us. A lot of times when we do talk Spanish, a lot of it is like trying to figure out what our match is gonna be, and we just kind of, it's just something that happens, right? But this particular moment was not like that. This particular moment, we were talking shit.
We were busting balls in Spanish, but me and Javier do, and you know we won't get into detail, but we were just messing around in Spanish, and Shawna was in the locker room. Little did we know she speaks Spanish.
A little bit, not a lot.
Enough to catch us.
Yeah, it wasn't about her. It wasn't about her. We were just talking some shit. She just looks like, she was, man, you guys are dicks. And I was like, oh, you know, she's like, I understood all of that. I was like,
and I repeated it back. I like came over to you guys and I repeated something back to what you guys actually
and I was like, I was like, well, can't speak Spanish around her.
Well, Spanish is done around Shawna. Fuck. Chingue su puta madre.
Now we just say it in English, just like Javier can read the border of a fucking camera.
Hey, man.
That's it.
Why are we finishing this episode the same way we started, with you guys bullying and shit?
I think your new shirt should have a border of a red,
or like a fucking record button.
Yeah, well, if I ever do commentary for your match, I'm just gonna be like, this bitch here, she's a bully.
Oh, I hope one day they let me do commentary for your. I'm like, wait, is that recording?
Who are you gonna cheer for? Well, definitely not against the bully. She's the baby. She's still a bully.
Shawna's gonna walk out, look at Javier. Hey, Javier, are you sure that thing's recording right now? Take a look.
Did it get my match?
No, Shawna, as we finish off here. So what's next for you? What can people expect next from Miss Shawna Reed?
I don't even know. Let's see. Next week I'll be in Kentucky for a debut show. So pretty much whatever's next for me, I look up what's on where I'm at that weekend on Monday. So just check out my Facebook page, my social medias. That's where you'll see where you can see me. So what's going on later is like obviously, like I said, debuting in Finland and Germany next year. Hopefully more Edinburgh trips. I'm hoping if the immigration system works, hopefully I'll be getting married. That's in my personal life. But just continuing to go wherever I can, see whatever I can see, and meet awesome people and get great recordings of my stuff.
Awesome. You mentioned earlier as we were going to be done, I wanted to kind of touch a little bit on, you said that before wrestling, that you felt like, different, that you were overweight and you had like all this like almost like self-esteem issues.
Oh God, yeah.
Talking to you here in this scenario here, I don't get any of that.
No.
I don't get any of that. So do you feel, because a lot of people always like they put wrestling in a certain way for them, that they feel that they say that wrestling saved them. And I always love hearing that because that's true love for professional wrestling. Do you feel that love for wrestling because of what it did for you?
I do. Like, I generally do. Like, I became this person that was very, confident. I will not lie. Like, there are, like, people that'll be like, like, my shoot life and my wrestling life are 100% different. Like, I am still kind of that introverted person when I'm in my everyday life. But then the second I become Shawna and step into my gear and things like that, it is like, boom, you can't get me to shut up. You can't get me to, like, whatever. I am this, like, that is her. And then I go home and then I get into my pajamas and snuggle with my dogs and drink some coffee and read a book. And I'm just like, yay, 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 yay. That's Kayla. And so, and doesn't, like, want to go out or anything. Shawna's like, let's freaking go, but yeah, no, it 100% saved me. It saved me and my dad's relationship at one point. And like, I even had some of those bullies, or like some guys that like I used to like find so attractive when I was in high school, but looked at me and was like literally called me like, oh God, no, I would never go out with her. Some have even asked me out. And I'm like, nope.
They're sliding in those DMs, huh?
Yeah, they slide right in.
What's up, girl? What's up? And then it's like, is your name Randy? If it's not, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of these DMs. They're not for you.
Yeah.
Kayla, girl, long time no see.
Yeah, do you know somebody?
How you doing?
How you doing? All right.
Hey, how you doing?
I like me a little psycho with my girls.
You cute, but psycho.
See, they're lost.
Exactly.
Those motherfuckers lost right there. See?
Exactly. And I've even had some of my bullies. Like, I've had one of my bullies actually has messaged me, and he apologized and said that I was like an inspiration to him now. And I thought that was really cool and like real modest. And I was like, okay, cool.
Good.
You do realize that you were an asshole.
That was him trying to slide in. And
it was.
Maybe if I come in all like nice and be like, hey, I'm so sorry. And then she's like, no, you an asshole.
Now that we're there, what do you think about next week?
But since that.
Yes.
No, but thank you so much, Shawna, for coming and hanging out with us. Yes. We appreciate it. We hope you had a good time.
Oh, it was fun.
Well, I mean, I had fun making fun of her.
I was going to say, that was the best part.
That was great. That was awesome, man. That really was. I was like, well, she came in and I started making fun of me, and so did she. I was like, oh, this is gonna be grerait. Yeah, this is good energy. I like it. I like it.
In the words of Vince McMahon, you're
assholes.
Oh, I was gonna say you're fired.
You're fired.
I'm gonna have to make trips, and he's gonna be like, Shawna, we got a guest to come.
Y'all a bunch of assholes.
Oh, the red.
See, he forgot the red. He forgot the red. You see that?
I meant to take a picture. I meant to take a picture.
How you forgot the red on the camera, bro? You even forgot the red on the camera.
It was meant to be a picture. It wasn't meant to be a video.
Yeah, sure was.
Whatever, man. Technology is not my forte.
You couldn't really record one on the iPhone. You just messed it up. Oh, that makes it
That's why I was wondering, like, why is he recording us when we got 3 cameras recording?
It's an extra feed. It's a backstage feed.
I was like, they're going to see everything.
He wanted to get a different angle, but he forgot to press record.
Whatever, guys. Let's just finish this off. I'm done with you. I'm done with both
Yes,
of you. The two of you will never be in one room with me ever again.
We'll let you guys go since you guys got to go wrestle tonight. I'll be chilling at home, eating some pizza. That's what I'm going to be doing. Hating ass. You know you hating. But no.
I flew here for this shit.
No, thank you, Shawna. Thank you again for
Thank
coming
you.
and hanging out with us.
Yes.
Thank you again to our sponsors, the Law Office of Christopher Hoff, Chi-Town Effects Tattoo, the Lucha Libre Superstore. Big shout out to 945 The Hits and our boys at Wrestling Tees, our brothers all the way out in Canada. Appreciate you all, fellas. Shawna, this is a part of the episode where we raise up our beverages and we give a toast saying salud, cabrones. So
She speaks Spanish. You better roll those
you better roll those R's.
Oh, I can't do that. I'm going to be the white girl Spanish right here.
So when you're ready, you ready?
See.
All right, there you go. 1, 2, 3. Salud, cabrones. We out.
Agua.
Y'all a bunch of ass.